Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis and Arundel County and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Friday, October 10th, 2025. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief presented by Annapolis Subaru and the SPCA of Anne Arundel County. Eeks, I just looked at the weather, and it looks like we might be in for a nor'easter a little bit later on this weekend. But as I always say, would it really be a boat show if it didn't rain or flood? Hey, here's a cool OMG fact for the day. A polar bear's fur is not white. It's clear. Anyhow, we do have some news, so shall we? The Annapolis police have arrested a suspect in the 36-year-old homicide of Garnet Elizabeth Griffith, who was found dead on January 12, 1989. After re-examining evidence and developing new leads, detectives obtained an arrest warrant for an Annapolis man on October 8th and took him into custody at his West Washington Street residence yesterday afternoon. Police say that Griffith died from injuries consistent with a gunshot wound, and Chief Ed Jackson praised the long-term effort of investigators and partner agencies, noting the work of the cold case team started by Deputy Chief Stan Branford, along with Detective Corporal William Knoll and Sergeant Castor Redondo, and also thanked State's Attorney Ann Colt-Litis and Mayor Gavin Buckley. He did say that the arrest offers a measure of closure to the family and reaffirmed the department's commitment to unresolved cases. Well, the Annapolis Sailboat Show kicked off yesterday at City Dock, and it does run through Sunday with gates from 10 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. today and Saturday, and 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Sunday. Your ticket does include general admission with youth discounts and a Sunday military rate at the gate. New this year, Refit My Ride, which is really very cool. It brings a live multi-day FAR 40 upgrade to the docks so visitors can see real-time refit decisions and installations in action. They're using vendors from the show to supply the goods and stuff that they need to do to refit this boat. Really kind of very cool. That's on E-Dock. The show's slate of North American and world premieres spans performance and cruising. Multi-hulls are out in force with more than 50 cats and tries from 25 makers. 3 daily seminars cover topics from navigation apps to offshore safety, and the sold-out First Sail workshop actually signals a strong interest from newcomers. Families are going to find free youth life jackets at the entrances. That's to borrow for the day from Boat US. A kids scavenger hunt and plenty of dinghies to explore. Charter planners can drop into the vacation basin. And if you need a breather, you've got the Access Bank VIP Lounge, which offers breakfast, lunch, afternoon apps, and a bar. You can call it Crew Morale. Covington Alsina is hosting October workshops aimed at helping women make informed financial decisions with both virtual and in-person options. The lineup includes the second Saturday divorce workshop happening tomorrow from 9 a.m. to noon. That's virtual, featuring a panel covering legal, financial, housing, and emotional considerations. There will be a Social Security webinar on October 13th from 6 to 7 p.m. focused on timing and benefit strategies. Women, Wine, and Wisdom estate planning on October 20th from 7 to 9 p.m. That's at Federal House with estate planning professional Melanie Marban of Sims and Campbell. And then Women and Investing on October 27th from 6 to 7 p.m. That one's also virtual, highlighting 5 fundamentals and long-term confidence. Ann Covington said, "We are thrilled to show the women of Annapolis how to take control of their financial decisions." She also noted that the sessions are open to the public and you can register at covingtonalsina.com/events. And that's COVINGTONALSINA.com/events. Annapolis mayoral candidate Bob O'Shea outlined a school security plan yesterday that would create a school safety grant coordination office in the mayor's office. And that job is to pursue federal and state funding, coordinate among city, county, and state police, and even out school resource officer coverage across city schools. He said additional measures would include training city police officers and firefighters in school intrusion response and voluntary participation for any private schools within the city. O'Shea said his plan would be funded partly by grants and partly by reallocating city spending in the budget. Well, here are some events for you this weekend. All weekend long, the Annapolis Sailboat Show is down at City Dock. Again, the times are 10 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. today and tomorrow, and then Sunday is 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. You'll see the latest sailboats, gears, and demos. Friends of the Lighthouse Pumpkin Patch. It's over here in Annapolis on Forest Drive at St. Martin's Lutheran Church. Hours are 2 to 6 on Friday, 10 to 6 on Saturday and Sunday. You can pick a pumpkin and support the Lighthouse at the same time. The Great Annapolis Pumpkins have returned in downtown Annapolis, and these are the enormous 600 to 1,500-pound ones that are all around town. Perfect places for some selfies, so go give them a check out. Saturday and Sunday, you've got Art in the Park at Quiet Waters Park. That goes from 10 to 4 p.m. You'll see local art and music. It is family-friendly. There is a small admission when you do go into the park. Of course, you've got the Fall Festival at Homestead Gardens, always a fun time for the family, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., barn animals, hay rides, pumpkin picking, lots of fun up there at Homestead Gardens, and that's only in the Davidsonville location. Now, on Saturday only, you've got the Naptown Vinyl Record Show and Vintage Market at Maryland Hall. That's 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's free. You can dig in for some crate-worthy classics. You've got the Greenfield Library Annual Book Sale. Now, you might be asking, where is the Greenfield Library? I've never heard about that one. That's the formal name of the St. John's College Library, so you may want to check that out. That goes from noon to 3, and you can stock up on some cool used books. Dragon Fest in Eastport, again, Saturday, noon to 4. This is the Annapolis Dragon Boats Club's afternoon of fun, food, and music. It is a fundraiser. It's right there on 4th Street, right at the Annapolis Harbor. And then as we slide into Sunday, Abby Phillip from CNN will be at Maryland Hall hosting a town hall, 7:30 p.m. There are limited tickets that will be available at the door, and I say limited because they are very limited. A full weekend, get out there and enjoy something fun. Oh, and you want to be sure to catch our local business spotlight this Saturday. This week, we speak with Tina Gann, the owner of Simply Organized. That does drop at noon on Saturday. And today on Canines and Crosstreks, a lovable and beautiful Irish wolfhound named Beowulf. You want to listen to our spot now and then check out eyeonannapolis.net at noon today for some irresistible photos and get all of the information on how you can bring him home. And again, don't forget that we have our daily newsletter that features only the top local news stories of the day. We do send it out to your inbox at 7 p.m. every night. That is 365 days a year, all without a paywall. It's perfect for keeping up with the weekend's news since we don't release a DNB on Saturday or Sunday, and I'm putting a link right here in the show notes for you. All right, that's it. Now it is time to say thank you for listening and putting up with us every day. I do hope that we add some value to your world, and if we do, please leave a review somewhere or tell a friend to give us a listen. We also want to thank our sponsors, Annapolis Subaru, the SPCA of Anne Arundel County, Hospice of the Chesapeake, Fish for a Cure, the Annapolis Sailboat Show, and Interim Healthcare of Annapolis. It is Friday, the weekend is here, and now it is time just to say have a great weekend, be nice to others, do something fun, and keep shopping local. Now you want to hang tight because we have George Young and your Eye on Annapolis local weather report, and then Canines and Crosstreks. All that's coming your way in just a minute.
It's almost time for Annapolis to shine as the sailing capital of the U.S. The Annapolis Sailboat Show, October 9th through the 12th. The world's largest sailboat show, right in the heart of America's sailing capital. Tour hundreds of monohulls, multi-hulls, and blue water cruisers in Ego Alley and beyond. Check out the latest sails, rigging, and navigation systems, or take part in classes and on-water workshops like the First Sail Experience. Meet world cruisers, stock up on sailing gear, and soak up that legendary waterfront vibe filled with music, food, and salty stories. Tickets and info are available now at AnnapolisBoatShows.com. AnnapolisBoatShows.com. Next up, we're diving into today's Eye on Annapolis weather forecast. From sunny skies over the bay to storm warnings that could impact your plans, we've got the details to keep you ahead of the curve. Stay tuned. It's all coming your way in just a moment.
Hey everyone, this is George Young with the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief Weather Forecast for Friday, October 10th. Pretty chilly start out there this morning across the Annapolis region with temperatures in the 40s, but conditions will turn out to be pretty nice late morning through the afternoon hours ahead of a cloudy and wet 3 days ahead from Saturday through Monday before much nicer weather conditions once again return to the area starting Tuesday. Look for PM highs today in the 65 to 70 degree range with increasing clouds later in the day ahead of a coastal storm that will bring rain and wind to the area starting Saturday and likely lasting into Monday afternoon or evening, with highs near 70 degrees on Saturday as showers start to break out primarily in the PM hours, and in the lower mid-60s then Sunday and Monday 4 p.m. highs, with the heaviest rainfall most likely to occur Sunday into Monday as low pressure moves up the coast from the southeast into the mid-Atlantic region before finally moving out sometime late Monday, with sunshine and temperatures near 70 degrees expected to return Tuesday and Wednesday. So do what you can to make the best of what could be a wet and windy and at times chilly weekend across the region as we pick up some much-needed rainfall, just hopefully not too much all at once. Okay, that's it for today and this week. This is George Young for Eye on Annapolis Weather. Make it a great day and weekend out there. Stay healthy and be safe. And be sure to stay weather informed this weekend as conditions turn stormy, which you can now easily do by going to eyeonannapolis.net/weather for the latest conditions and forecast information for the Annapolis region.
When someone you love needs care at home, you want more than just help. You want trusted support from people who truly care. That's where Interim Healthcare of Annapolis comes in. Locally owned and serving seniors in Anne Arundel, Baltimore, Charles, Prince George's, and Queen Anne's counties. Interim Healthcare of Annapolis offers personalized in-home care that's flexible, reliable, and compassionate. From Alzheimer's and dementia care to assistance with bathing, dressing, fall prevention, transportation to appointments, and even 24-hour care. Interim of Annapolis also offers respite care to give family caregivers a much-needed break. With Interim Healthcare of Annapolis, you get the backing of a trusted national network and the heart of a hometown provider. Call Art Dandridge at 443-808-1003 or visit interim.com/Annapolis to learn more. That's interim.com/Annapolis. Interim Healthcare of Annapolis. Personalized service at home, peace of mind, and always there when you need care. That can only mean one thing. We're headed to the SPCA of Anne Arundel County with Annapolis Subaru to play with the pups for this week's Canines and Crosstreks. Sponsored by Annapolis Subaru. Higher standards.
Well, back here at Canines and Crosstreks at the SPCA of Anne Arundel County. And again, we're Billy-less again, but that's so good because he's so busy. He's probably pulling his hair out, but he's
got good things happening.
It's a good thing. Last week, we had Kobe Tucson, who was a tiny little Chihuahua. And this week,
total opposite.
It's not.
Total opposite.
Kelly just didn't want to get into hearing that. Oh, another little white dog.
Exactly. See, very different this week because this week we have Bear Wolf, and Bear Wolf is an Irish wolfhound.
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is.
He's every bit of it.
And he's about 58, 59 pounds, and he's still under a year. So he's still got some time to grow.
They're so beautiful. I know I see them in the St. Patrick's Day Parade.
Gorgeous.
And all that they've got that club around here, the Irish Wolfhound Club.
Yes, yeah.
That and they go around all these parades and the festivals and stuff, and they're just such beautiful, docile, fun dogs.
And he's got the wiry hair, and he's just the sweetest pup. I actually had him when he was first surrendered to us. He needed emergency medical care, so we did that, and they just weren't able to take
Betsy
care
Fund?
of it. That's right. It's the Betsy Medical Fund that made this happen for Bear. And then he did recover in my office for a few days. He was going home with someone at night because we didn't want him to be alone. But he is just fabulous. I mean, he was just walking around, very social, very friendly to everybody, and just loving him. He took all of his medical stuff. Okay. He was just, okay, whatever I need to do. And
that breed is really the gentle giants.
Very gentle.
I mean, I've seen them interact, in a parade, where they could be all stressed out with little infants in car seats and stuff like that. And they're just like, oh, this is kind of cool. Look at this little tiny thing. What's this? And they're just
amazing.
So docile.
And a shout out to the staff because he actually needed his meds because he had a major surgery every 8 hours. So you have to figure that does not fall during working hours. So when he did stay here at the shelter, they were coming in, as needed. So
right.
It was nice.
How long has he been here?
So he's probably been here 3.5 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's going on 4 weeks now.
Okay.
And he, but he was in rough shape when we got him. And He's recovering well, and he's fully recovering, which is fabulous. Super friendly. Walking on a leash, he does pull. I mean, he's a big boy.
Right,
So,
right. And he's
but
still a
not
little bit
pulling to be annoying. But squirrels, he's obviously very curious, and he's still a puppy.
He's
So
still-
we're hoping when he does go home to someone, they're familiar with the breed and they appreciate the breed because it's a fabulous breed. And, give him the training and obviously the love that he needs. And he's kind of been cooped up, because his activity had to stay low, and he's wanting to walk and he's wanting to play, and he loves dogs, absolutely loves dogs. He came from a home with another dog and they were very, very bonded, which is sad that they had to be separated. But when he sees a dog here, he always just wants to
were they separated just because of the medical issue?
Just because, yeah, unfortunately, it was financial reasons. And they would have, and, with him being a puppy, they had, to make a very, very tough decision.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
But we definitely helped out. And it's been a long haul, but he's so.
Well, with the major surgery, I mean, is he ready to go now, you think?
Yeah, he's ready to go. Probably he's finally getting off of his meds and he's finished up his meds. And so we're now looking for that home. Yeah, there you go. There you go. But he's gorgeous. I mean, he's kind of got an apricot gray black color, typical wolfhound. But he does need brushing, so there is some maintenance to his coat because he's got the wiry hair, and even being here, if you don't keep up with it. And the previous owner did share that with me. She said, "Oh yeah, nightly," and he enjoys being brushed. You just have to commit to know that's part of the routine.
Well, that's good.
Yes.
I was reading where Subaru of America, and I don't know whether they're going to do it here locally because I know they've got a fairly new showroom, and I know they've done a number of renovations just recently, but they've introduced a new redesign of what their new showroom should look like. And it looks pretty cool where it's going to move it into like more of an immersive experience as opposed to... So it'd be kind of curious to talk to Billy and find out what if they're going to be doing that and everything else. But it's it's just saying that we're much more than a car company. But I mean, they're going to have some like virtual stuff and everything else that you can get in, which seems pretty cool.
Nice.
That's pretty cool. Want a quiz?
Yes. Maybe.
Okay, this is a little bit of macabre. The Royal Veterinary College, which I'm presuming is in England, did a 5-year study of the shortest life expectancy for dogs. What do you think is down on the lower end?
I would assume it's the extra large dogs.
No.
What?
No. They said mostly they're finding the flat-faced dogs.
Oh, of course.
And they said that Frenchies are the lowest at like an average of 4.53 years. And it was like a 5-year study. So I think a 5-year study English Bulldogs at 7.39. So there's a big jump. Pugs at 7.63. American Bulldogs at 7.7. It goes on Chihuahua, Husky, Beagle, Boxer, German Shepherd, and one I was surprised as the Cavalier King Charles Terrier. That was sort of at 10.45, and that was a little bit dark, but we're in Halloweenish kind of day. What do you think the longest ones are?
Well, everybody knows my favorite breed is Yorkie, so I'm hoping it's Yorkie.
Yorkie is up there. Not quite the longest, but the longest they said is the Jack Russell Terrier.
You're kidding.
At 12.72.
Oh, that makes sense. Man, they have that energy that just never dies.
Yeah. Yorkie's at 12.5.
Yay.
And another energy dog, the Border Collie's at 12.1.
Oh, interesting. So the high energy dogs.
And I think somewhere in there, you probably got the Irish setters who I've never met a smart one. They just like, they probably just go because they do stupid stuff. Somewhere
that is not right. We do not pick breeds here and talk about them, John. You need to leave.
But I kind of thought that was interesting. But they said, a lot of the flat-faced dogs.
It makes sense. They'd struggle. You remember the story about Kane. Kane came in and literally had a blue tongue, and we did not think that he was going to make it to surgery, and he did. And he needed the palate reconstruction. He got his tonsils taken out, and then they had to open up his nasal passage because I have no idea how he was breathing. So not only do they have those issues that they're hard to, and a lot of it is also with surgeries and stuff. They just don't. The recovery is really tough for them because of the mush face. So they're very high risk.
Yeah, well, it makes sense. I mean, not enough room to work.
But they are so cute.
they really are. And I was also reading that like a lot of the car mags that now, and I know you don't have a hybrid Crosstrek, but the hybrid Crosstreks are being given out to like the car and driver magazines and stuff to test it out. And everybody that's has one is raving about it. The 2026 hybrid Crosstrek, they're saying the miles per gallon is through the roof. And they said, but surprisingly, the off-road capabilities of the new hybrid, which I guess they probably tend to be a little bit less oomphy.
Oh, really?
As a hybrid, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be okay for speed or something like that, but getting off. But they're saying the off-road capabilities are really cool.
Wow.
So people are
I have
loving
to
it.
admit, I bought the Crosstrek, and Billy always made fun of me. Oh, you're going to go off-road? Yeah, and I haven't done that. I probably should soon. Does Teresa go off-road?
No. Come on.
Okay, so I'm sure it's lots and lots of fun. I never did get the tent for the top of my car.
Yeah.
Remember that whole cool thing that was out?
It's so funny. I see all these, car ads and stuff like that of these, these 4x4s doing these rugged terrain and stuff like that. Honestly, I'd be scared to do that. I get like a flat tire. Now what?
Now what? I'm out
now
here.
I'm in the middle of the Mojave. And
come on, one of those bears will help you change that tire, John. Don't worry. They'll come over. Don't worry.
It's like, I'll just call Uber and go.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it's funny Uber story. Somewhere in California, Waymo, which is the self-driving cars, apparently it made an illegal U-turn and got pulled over. And the cop was like, now what? Who do I write a ticket to? There's no driver.
And is there a court case that they can try to get out of that? Who's going to go and speak on that
who's
their behalf?
Yeah. Is it the passenger?
Who gets the points on their license?
It's kind of funny. And I'm kind of curious as to how they knew to pull over for the cop.
Oh,
but maybe it's got sensors to know lights or sound with the siren or something. It says, better pull over.
Yeah, maybe we can get the answer to that before next show.
We'll see if we can do that.
How did the car know to pull over?
Are we still in kitten season?
We are still in kitten season, and we have lots and lots of kittens. And
can we finally admit that
it's
there's no such thing as kitten season?
No, because you have to admit that this season was a little later than we all expected. Usually in February and March, sometimes we've gotten hit pretty hard. And little by little, we're like, oh my God, none of us wanted to say it, but that they were not coming through the door until later spring, which is nice. It gave us some time, to get ready and prepared for them. So we have a story, and that is one of our foster kittens came back, got spayed and neutered, because her name was Princess Tofu. And some of you maybe saw it on the Eastport farm that she was missing. And so she was going from one building to another in a crate. Well, these crates can be rickety and stuff.
Right.
Well, she was like a little popcorn girl in there. She was popping all around and did exactly what she wanted. She got out, and I was getting into my car and saw her go running past me, and I said, "Kitten!" I mean, it was so fast that there was no chance. Kittens run very, very fast, and she still had her little e-collar on, and we're like, "Oh God, no!" And she had been spayed a week before that, so at least it wasn't a fresh surgery. So she was in the woods. This happened I guess it would be 2 Fridays ago, and she was in the woods, and we're all walking till all hours and getting here in the morning and looking for her. And of course, she was a brown tabby, so she would be
right in with the leaves.
Talk about camouflage. She was definitely camouflaging. God forbid she would have been like a white cat. But so everybody was out and about. So we had somebody come with a drone, and 6 a.m. in the morning, and we're all running, watching this drone, which is very interesting. We saw how many cardinals there are and birds, and we even picked up a turtle on it. So we thought for sure that somebody was going to complain, though, because we had this drone going for a couple of hours. 6 a.m. in the morning. I'm sure somebody around here heard that.
Sure. That's what they do here.
Yeah, exactly. And so nobody, for some reason, she was not on that. So we did have somebody come with their dog tracking dogs. And Ritzy, which is one of the 2 dog tracking dogs that came, actually found her alive.
And she stuck around for this dog to find her?
And it's just amazing. Well, it was 4 days, so she was slowing down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure she was getting hungry and starting to slow down. But it was amazing because the first dog was one of the older dogs that she has, and it's Clementine, and she's a local person here. And so she said, well, this one always has been successful. So no luck with the first one. And then the second one, they said, oh my God, they found her. And she was just at the front of the trail, where we all walk by 100 times, and she probably sat there and just laughed at us. There they go again, looking again, ha!
The cats do that. I've heard that they never venture too far away.
Exactly.
And I know when I got my cat from the SPCA 10, 12, 13 years ago, about 4 months into our relationship, she bailed out.
He's like, I'm not sure just yet.
And so, we were looking for, and of course, I think they're able to read, and they realize when you pay for like the fine toto on the credit cards, and
right.
the reverse. As soon as the credit card payment clears and you Xeroxed 100,000 color copies and put them up on every telephone pole in the state, that's when they stroll back in and go, "Hey, I'm back. What do you look?"
Just wanted to make sure you love me.
But no, I mean, mine did. She was gone for about 4 days too,
Yeah.
and we think she was just right in the bamboo little forest behind my house.
Yeah.
But there was a couple nights where I heard a fox get a hold of what I later learned was a rabbit.
Oh yeah, that's loud and
it was loud
painful
and
to listen to.
Oh my gosh, this poor kid!
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, Kelly's going to kick.
Yeah, Kelly will never adopt me again.
But it was funny. We ended up seeing her at the the eyes, and then my son went out and he did this army crawl to get her with, we had food out there and all that stuff. And she's inching forward, and he looks off to his left and he sees this big, huge raccoon coming at her too. And we're trying to figure out, is the raccoon after my kid, the cat, or the bowl of food?
Yeah.
And it's freaking my kid out because it's a big raccoon. And he finally gets the cat close enough and he just pinned her down onto the deck. And then it was like, okay, here. And I think he was more scared than anything else, but it was,
of course.
But yeah, the cats so I'm glad that she's back.
Oh my gosh. We were all celebrating. Talk about staff morale. We were all depressed. We weren't sleeping. And then we had a local someone who does this, help us out. And we had hunters cameras on. I mean, we had traps everywhere on there, and we had to make sure though and keep up with the cameras because the raccoons were going in the traps, and we're like, no, you can't just let them sit there all night. So everybody was on call all night, every night, until we were able to find her. But it's funny because we did see a lot of foxes and running around, and we're like, oh my gosh. And then it rained that one night, so we were all depressed thinking she's out in the rain. So especially for shelter people, it's not a healthy thing to worry like that.
I just was reading that the Ring, those cameras that are all over the place, they're introducing a new program that's an opt-in that will detect loose animals.
Ooh, I love it.
So what it will do is it will send you a alert, and you can look in and see where it is and say, oh, does this look like a loose animal, or is this was there an owner walking right behind it or something like that? And then you can check your other sources. Is there somebody looking in the neighborhood looking for a lost dog or a lost cat or something like that? And it's all opt-in. So, I mean, they're not sending your stuff. But then it'll tell you exactly where the timestamp is, and you can get a picture of it. And you can maybe say, hey, well, this dog passed in front of my house at XYZ time. Is this your pup? And then they can sort of...
That is so great.
Which is, technology is wonderful when it works for you.
Oh, my gosh. And, looking at the community, especially, here right around us, everybody works together when there's a lost animal, and they are out and about. And we got so many wonderful people that were calling here and offering, oh, I'll pay for a dog tracker. I'll do this. I'll do that. And obviously the SPCA was already doing that. And we had some great people helping us. But at the same time, I mean, it's just amazing that anybody that owns an animal knows how horrible the feeling is when you've lost them and you don't know where they are and you're thinking the worst, and you just need everybody, that can help just to look out for them. And a lot of the cameras, the Ring cameras, you can identify like, oh, I saw him at this time, and it works out really well.
Well, Bear Wolf needs a home.
Absolutely. He needs a home. He needs to get out of here and run and play.
And he's ready to go. He's had his surgery. He's recovered.
That's right.
He's all set to go. A young kind of puppy, approaching that teen years. Just needs a little bit of guidance on the way there. And
he's a big boy, and he's going to grow.
Some leash management, and he'll be just a great addition to any home. I mean, he'll be great the breed is really good with little kids or big kids, and they can roughhouse, and they can take a toddler plopping on them easy enough.
That's right.
Much more so than Kobe Tucson could.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? You're exactly right on that, because the former owner did say that she had a couple toddlers, and he was just the most patient boy with them. So
it is. They lay down, they look up and go, okay, bring it on.
So patient.
Well, you can find out more about Bear Wolf, an Irish Wolfhound, at aacspca.org. And once again, check out AnnapolisSubaru.com or head on up to 149 Old Solomon's Island Road. Check out what they've got. See, I don't think they have the hybrid Crosstrek in just yet, but that's a big buzz going on. But lots of good stuff coming out of there this year. Certainly, you've got the ability to, in October, look and see the pups that you want to, or littles that you want to adopt. And then you can also look and, go a little bit later and help out the Blue Ribbon Project. A little bit more immediate this weekend, you've got the Jazz Fest up in Davidsonville. You can go get that or put on the dates on your calendar for Lights on the Bay and Lights and Leashes at the end of November. So that's all exciting. And I guess we're going to be back again next week again.
See you then.
Ahoy, captains and anglers. What better way to spend a day on the Chesapeake Bay than by fishing and fundraising for a cure? Join us for the 19th annual Fish for a Cure tournament, Paul C. Detter's Captain's Challenge and Shore Party, Saturday, November 1st at Safe Harbor, Annapolis. Fish for a Cure supports Luminous Health and Arundel Medical Center's Gayton and Joanne D. Cesaris Cancer Institute. Event proceeds directly support the Cancer Survivorship Program for patients recovering from all types of cancers. Gather your crew and register your boat today at fishforacure.org. Again, that's fishforacure.org. You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.